This is what I'd say to my 26-year-old self, working in a full-time job, working in a 9 to 5. This is what I'd say. First of all, I'd say, slow down. At that time, I had a dream that I wanted to be this huge financial success. I wanted to be a multi-millionaire. I wanted to, travel the world first class. And look, I still want all those things. But when I was 26, it was like I was in such a race to get there, and I was so impatient to have those things. And I think in the way that I looked at how I behaved and what I did, I was very desperate. Like I was doing all these different things. At one time, I had 13 different things that I was doing. I was doing trying to build a business. I was doing some network marketing. I was doing some trading as well. And I was doing all these things all at the same time because I had this desperation to make more money. And my mindset was so focused, hyper-focused around making money. That's what I was interested in. Even to the point where I made a bet with my dad that by the age of 30, I'd be a millionaire. And I lost. I lost that bet. I was so far off being a millionaire by the time I was 30. It was horrific, right? I wasn't anywhere close. But it was that desperation to make more money. But actually now, so 33 at this point, I'm still not a millionaire. I'm on my way, right? I've got a way to go. But I'm so happy with where I'm at and what I've achieved now. And I think ultimately what I wanted when I was 26, I wanted freedom because I'd had a period of time where I'd been traveling around the world. I'd done 6 months away. And I wanted freedom. And I think I attached the idea that you have to have multi-millions of pounds in order to have freedom. So now, age 33 at this time, so what's that, 7 years on, I've actually realized that you don't have to have millions and millions of pounds in order to be financially free, in order to be free at all. I think freedom and financial freedom are actually two very, very different things. I'm not financially free. It's why I never teach it. I can help people make money. I know how to make more money, but financial freedom isn't something that I teach. But I am free. I can do what I want. Can I fly somewhere in the world first class or in a luxury private jet? No, I can't. But when I wake up in the morning, can I choose whether I start work at that time or not start work? Yes, I can. For instance, so on Thursday mornings, I love to have some time off. I love just to relax, just to chill out, just switch off a bit. Tomorrow, when we're filming this, tomorrow is actually a bank holiday. I'm going to do some work because I want to. So most people take that time off, and I respect that. That's awesome. And I just choose I'm going to do some work. But there are other days of the week where I can actually have a way and do things with friends or family. But I always find the other time of the week where I want to work. Often I find myself on a Saturday or a Sunday doing work. So I have choice. I have choice in my life. We've just moved, my fiance and I, we've moved up from London to Leeds for Valiant Education, for the business opening up. That's freedom to me. We had the choice to do that. We didn't have to do it. That was a choice and we chose to do that. So we have choice, I have freedom, I can go and see my friends whenever I want. And do you know what? Like I said, I'm not a millionaire. So if you're kind of watching this and you're thinking, in order to be free and actually to live a good life, you have to have loads and loads and loads of this abundance of money flowing in, I'm here to tell you that you don't have to have that. Is money important? Yes, right? Because if you're struggling to pay your rent or your bills or you can't put food on the table, it is difficult to be in a good mental state. It is difficult to be in a good mood when you have money worries. So yes, money is important. We need it. It enhances life. But actually, I'm just saying you can be free right? Without having millions and millions of pounds in the bank account. So look, if you are in a job and you feel trapped and you feel restricted, you're probably not as far away from having that freedom that you think you are, okay? You're probably not that far away at all. And I just want you to keep that thought in mind when you're growing your business, because it will put you in a different energy state. I was in a very desperate state because I wanted to be this millionaire by I was 30, right? I was doing things for the wrong reasons and the wrong motivations. And now, because I have this freedom, I'm a lot happier, I've got more joy, I've got more gratitude in my life. I can help people, I can build a business, I can help here, right? From a much better mental state. And that's, people are drawn to that, they're a lot more attracted to that. They like to be, come on, if you're watching this, you want to be around people who make you feel good. You want to be around people who have good intentions, right? Who are genuine people. And so if somebody in your life has got a lot of joy and they've got a lot of happiness and they're fun to be around, you're going to want to spend more time with them. If somebody's negative and they're always bringing you down and they're always saying like just like negative, criticizing or complaining and moaning about things, or they're desperate all the time, you kind of want to stay away from them. Have you ever had that friend who's always like too desperate and trying too hard to be your friend? You don't want to be around them so much. It gets a bit cringe, it gets a bit awkward. And I see that in a lot of people now who are starting their own businesses. They're so desperate to be this huge financial success, either to prove somebody wrong or to prove somebody right, or because they've seen online that, getting a sports car or, wearing luxury brands all the time is the cool thing to do. Fine, if that's what you want, but is it the right reason? Is that what you really want? Okay, so I hope that helps. That's just my take on it. But yeah, let me know in the comments, what's your take?